Hey guys, Glenn here, back with another video. First of all, I just want to say something. I have moved condo. I've left my house and my awesome setup that I had for recording the previous videos, and I'm staying in a condo at the moment. There's a little bit of building and stuff going on, so I do apologize if you hear anything in the background. Hopefully you won't, but hopefully there's still going to be a lot of value to give you in this video anyway, and that won't be too distracting. So in this video, we're going to give you an advanced recon guide to closing clients. So we're going to go back to the agency funnel. So we talked about the three funnels: the SEO funnel, the agency funnel, and the secret funnel, which is rank and rent. In this video, we're going to talk more about the agency funnel to show the power of collecting leads. Before we do that, I want to go back to something I promised you in the first video. Remember, I asked 3 celebrities to tweet about my marketing company. So they were WWE Diva Maxine, Johnny the Unit from Jersey Shore, and Maria Fowler from the UK's The Only Way is Essex. So I got them to tweet about me. So for example, Maria Fowler, in her tweet, she said, "Anyone wanting more visitors to their website from Twitter, check out Private Ink." Now, that is obviously not what I do. I don't do anything about getting traffic from Twitter. I just simply allowed these quote-unquote celebrities, I guess they're not really at the top of the game, not Hollywood A-list or anything like that, but I let them tweet whatever they wanted to, just 'cause I really wanted them to approve the message. I didn't give them a strict thing that they might not tweet. So we did that, and honestly, I never expected to pick up clients from any of them. They just don't have the market, but you never know. And that's kind of why I show you this example, because you just don't know what is going to happen. Every single one of them send us at least one lead. And I want to show you an example here, and this is probably going to piss off a well-known internet marketer. So just an example, I use sponsoredtweets.com to get those tweets. And you can see here at the top, Maria Fowler, that is the girl from The Only Way is Essex. And she sent us 45 clicks. And there is John Chow, well-known internet marketing blogger, and he sent us 34 clicks. Now Maria was slightly more expensive, but I don't know if you can read this properly, but what happened is that Maria only made one tweet. Because John sent us so little traffic, the service made him send 3 tweets, and even after 3 tweets, he only sent us 34 visitors. A girl who just tweets bikini photos sent us more traffic than a very well-known internet marketer, and he sent us 3 tweets rather, compared to her once. So I just thought that was pretty funny. Again, we didn't really expect too much out of this. It was just more of a case of maybe it would work, you know, why not try something? And that's pretty much how we build our business, and that is why we focus so much on the model we do with Marketing Inc. Because we have tested so many things, we've figured out what works, and it is highly profitable, and we can teach other people how to do the same. So we talked about it before. I'm going to show you the power of collecting leads. Now, to collect leads, you need a lead magnet. A lead magnet is the most powerful way to get someone to give you their email address. A lead magnet is simply something that you give away for free in return for getting the email address of your website visitor. So just a few examples for lead magnets. There could be a free audio file. You have an internal mic on your laptop or an external USB mic like I'm using now. And you can use something like Audacity, which is totally free to download for both Windows and Mac. You can put together a free PDF or ebook guide. You just need some fingers and OpenOffice. OpenOffice is totally free, and you can produce videos of that. Again, that works on Windows, Mac, and Linux. You can do a free video series. I'm not doing anything technically advanced here. I'm just using PowerPoint and Camtasia, or ScreenFlow actually right now for Mac. Really nothing very technical here at all. Or you could offer someone a free consultation about their business, so you can just get them on Skype and have a call that way. So there's a lot of things you can give away in order for someone to give you their email address. The reason we focus on collecting emails is because they're simply more powerful than any other traffic source. I would rather have an email subscriber than a visitor from Facebook, a visitor from Twitter, someone finding me in Google search, someone clicking on a paid ad, or literally anything else. Why? Well, quite simply, they can't be ignored. People have to take action with your email. They can skip over a Facebook post or something in their Twitter stream, but even if they just delete your email, they still had to take some kind of action with it. It's also the most powerful and stable way to consistently reach your audience. So I just want to show you a few examples here. Here's Food Trucker, a website owned by my friend Pat Flynn of Smart Passive Income. Now this is the blog page. On the home page of the website, there's a huge, like the size of that full vegetable image there is just a huge box asking people for their email address. And look on the right hand side there. He's giving away a free ebook, 6 free social media tools to get people talking about your food truck. So he's helping food trucks, people who run food trucks and they go to events and they sell hot dogs or whatever. He's helping them get more customers and he wants their email address before anything else. Another example, Timothy Sykes, millionaire Forex penny stocks investor. Pretty much everything on his website is designed to collect your email address. Another one from Neil Patel at QuickSprout. When you view his blog, you're reading his articles, this pops up. It takes up pretty much the entire screen. He wants your email address. And just to throw my own hat in the ring here, this is ViperChill, my main blog, and the entire start of the right sidebar is about collecting email addresses. I'm not trying to get Facebook likes or RSS subscribers or Twitter followers. Like everyone else, I want email addresses. You may have recently given me your email address on the last page, that little ebook I gave away. Thank you for that. I do promise not to send any spam. My emails have always been pure value and always will be. So if I do follow up with anything, it will just be pure value, nothing to pitch you with or anything like that. So that is the power of email. Pretty much everyone wants that. And if you're going to go down the agency funnel, you should be focusing on collecting email addresses as well as a primary part of the homepage of your website and other pages of your site that people may visit. So an advanced recon guide. So this is about researching your industry and having something that you can give away, getting the knowledge. Again, we talked about in the previous videos, why are we able to do this? Why are we able to make a lot of money running marketing companies? Well, people who you're working for, the clients you get, they just focused on their business. They don't have time to go and research all these websites and all that kind of thing and work out what they could be doing differently. They would much rather go out there and pay someone else to do it for them. So you do not have to be the best in your niche. So whatever niche you're going to be getting into, you do not have to be the top dog. You just have to know more about that industry than the average person. It's very difficult to be the best. There's only one spot for that ever. But it's easy to be better than average. You just have to be in the top 50%. I know that as you're listening to this right now, you're in the top 50% in the world at something. Now, Brian Clark of Copyblogger, he introduced me to the idea of the 3-book experts. So you don't have to be the top dog. You don't have to be the number one in the world in knowing something about that industry. There's only one spot for that. But if you were to read 3 books on any topic, so let's just say you read 3 books on parenting, 3 books on yoga, 3 books on perfecting your golf swing, would you know more than the average person? Absolutely. Maybe you wouldn't know more than the yoga teacher down the street, or you wouldn't know more about golf swing than Tiger Woods, but you would know more than the average person. So that's what we're trying to get you where you know more than the people involved in that business, the average person in that industry. This advanced recon guide that I'm going to get into on the next slides, it's about you finding those 3 books worth of value that you can share to other people in whatever format you want. If you do the recon, so if you're willing to do the work at this stage in the process, this is probably where it'll take a little bit more time. Not huge, I would say about 5 to 10 hours for the whole work. If you put in the work here and you actually put in those 5 to 10 hours and do the proper recon that I'm going to show you how to do, you will get clients. There are absolutely no exceptions to that, I guarantee it. And again, why are clients going to pay you money? Because they don't have the time. They're too busy working on their own business to figure out this marketing thing, and they will pay someone else who's figured it out for them. So 4 things you want to be looking for in whatever niche you've decided. Where do your industry people hang out online? What are the top websites in that specific industry? So this is slightly different to the first point because they may be popular sources, but not a place that people can hang out and discuss things together. What problems are business owners in that industry having? This is the most crucial one. If you don't write down anything but this from this video, just write this down. What problems are business owners having? If you can figure that out, you're going to make a lot of money by providing the solution to the problem. What are competitors? So if there are other people who have started a marketing company in that specific niche, what are they selling and how are they promoting themselves? If there aren't any, fine, but if there are, go and look into them in a lot of detail to see what they're doing. If you can answer those 4 questions in detail, I promise you'll absolutely kill it when you enter the marketplace. You would be amazed how few people actually enter an industry and do any kind of research into that industry. You do not have to start from scratch either. All of the answers you need, the problems people have, for example, have all been discussed already. It's all freely available out there online if you take the time to do a bit of sleuthing, a little bit of research. That is all it takes. So continuing here. When you know where people hang out online, you can infiltrate and learn from that community. So you can learn the kind of language and lingo they use. You can learn other sites you may have not found yourself. You can learn the kind of attitude people have to marketing and building their business and so on. Why did John Sonmez have so much success promoting to programmers? because he understood what they would respond to, and he could target every message towards them. He knew the lingo, he knew what their problems they had, and so on. And that is why he made $21,000 in his launch week. Once you know the top sites, delve into their backlinks and traffic sources. So write this down. These are great resources. Alexa.com, Compete.com, Quantcast.com, Majestic SEO, and Ahrefs. These are great resources to find people who are sending traffic to the leaders of the industry already, and you're going to find more websites. So maybe more websites you could infiltrate with marketing, buy ads on, join the community, discuss in forums, and so on. And once you know the problems they're having, and this is the big one, you target everything with that problem. So do you need X? Get Y. Do you have a problem with X? Get Y, which is the solution. So for example, I would have big writing on your homepage. You could create an ebook with 10 problem solutions. So for example, car dealers may not know what people want on a website. So when someone's going to buy a car online, maybe they don't know what is the most important information. So obviously the model of the car is important. Obviously the price is important. But what comes next? Is it the size of the engine? Is it how new the wheels are? Is it that they have any damages or anything like that? Is it how many owners they have? So what you could do is find the websites that do that the best. Again, this is just for people in the automotive niche. I'm just trying to give you an example here. And you could create a quick ebook, put it together, say something like 10 things you must have on your website to sell more cars online. Just an example. It can be a really simple ebook with just 10 bullet points, but 10 powerful points that people will get value from, especially people who are selling their car online. AutoShop Solutions, they're doing a great job right now with their website, but I think they could do something better by actually, having a lead magnet there, something that is going to get people to give their email address so they can market to them over and over and over again. In our business, the business that I run with Diggy, the problem is it's not easy for people to get backlinks to their websites and backlinks that they can trust. We address that head on. Before we collect someone's email address, we talk about that they need backlinks. We talk about that it's not easy to trust them because Google make all these changes and people talk about white hat and black hat SEO and all that kind of thing. We address that head on and then we collect the email address. So it's about finding the problem and you offering the solution. And also finding competitors. So if there is anyone else operating a marketing company in your business, in your industry, it gives you an opportunity to stand out and distance yourself from the norm. So look into other tools. Another example here is SEMrush. That's what I used to look into what ads NPE were buying on Google AdWords. It's a great tool to give you some more ideas. So NPE here, just going back to them, because I love them as an example. They do everything brilliantly. They show you that you don't need to be totally technologically advanced or doing anything crazy off the cuff to have success. They're just sticking to a fairly simple model. So just to give you an example here, what they have, if you click on that yellow button, the one that says request a complimentary diagnostics consultation, you will go to a form that asks for your email address. The webinar link there, the webinar replay, where it says click here now. If you click on that, you will go to a form, a different form that asks for your email address. The next one, free raising the rates report. Click here now. If you click on that, you'll get to a different form about collecting your email address. That is what companies want because it converts and it's just so powerful to have someone's email address. They can't ignore it like they can something in their Facebook newsfeed or a Google search result or something like that. If you're in their inbox, they will see you. So just kind of recap on this funnel. It's pretty simple and not too complex. So first of all, you want to drive traffic to your lead magnet. So traffic can be anything. You can be running Facebook ads, natural Google search traffic, Google paid ads, Twitter interactions. You don't have to spend money. Maybe you can just email relevant businesses and bloggers about what you're giving away for free, post on forums and so on. Then you want to provide value in follow-up emails. So don't just sell things to someone straight away. Just continue sharing information from the things you learned from your research. Those 4 questions I asked you, once you figured out that in a lot of detail, you can sell that to clients in your industry. So you give them the lead magnet and then you give them 2 follow-up emails that are just purely providing value, giving more ideas and more things from the research that you found that are relevant to helping them with their business. Maybe you found some other car website doing something that you think would work well for that car website. Maybe you found this private golf club doing something that this other private golf club would benefit from. You send that in an email, a couple hundred words, give them value, send another email, give them value. And then you sell, you pitch whatever it is you have to offer. Don't be afraid to sell. People love shopping. They just want to make sure that you're a good fit. So whether this is coaching, monthly phone calls, a private membership site, a product or an ebook. An ebook you can just put it together in an open office and you can sell that for a lot of money. Let them have it. So for the marketing, we covered there the agency funnel. This is how I would focus on the marketing. Focus on the problems people have. Create some kind of simple lead magnet. Again, it doesn't have to be like a novel or anything like that. It can be a 10, 15 page ebook max, a 30-minute audio file, a 10-minute video on PowerPoint, whatever you want it to be. However you want to package that information is totally up to you. And that is how I would start marketing myself and my services. For the secret funnel, the rank and rent model, your marketing will be done after you rank. So what we talked about here doesn't really apply to the secret funnel, because you want to be ranking first and then contact businesses saying, hey, I'm ranking, do you want the site? Do you want to advertise on this website? And then you start making money that way. For the SEO funnel, you can definitely pick up clients this way. So you could do, maybe you're in the automotive niche, again, just picking very generic examples. You can obviously go with something that you're more passionate about personally. I would say something like how to get backlinks in the automotive niche, how to get better Google rankings in the automotive niche, how plastic surgeons can get better Google rankings for their practice, all of this kind of thing. And just give it a niche focus, give away that lead magnet, and then when you pitch your services, that's when you start pitching your SEO. It can be a great way. Of course, there are many other options out there to promote your SEO services as well, which we will talk about later. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to put all of this together. I know we've had a lot of value and a lot of different complex ideas. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to kind of click that all together. I know you're not looking for another 40-hour work week, and I don't expect you to be either. Luckily, you don't need that much time. If you have a spare 1 to 2 hours per day, I'll show you how you can absolutely crush it with your own marketing company. So for the next video, I'm also going to focus more towards the agency funnel, but you can apply many of the principles I talk about to other funnels as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.